Hello, it's Kara Lowe, and I am here today to practice the basic practice with modifications. So I'm just going to greet you in this way. My hands come together, and I honor you as your energy will honor me back. It's a really nice play on how we work together. I want to introduce a chair to you. I called it a basic modification. So if coming down to the ground for you is not comfortable or accessible at this point, it does not matter if you start the seated postures up in a chair. This was a high chair coming from the bar that we have, but if you have a kitchen chair, that will work as well. But just notice how I'll sit in the chair. We'll do the head to the right, left. We can find the energy of using your hands on a chair. So don't let that you can't come to the ground talk you out of the practice. All right. We had 30 minutes that we'll practice in the seated, and then we'll come to our standing postures, and then we'll come back down to the ground or onto the chair. So coming into a comfortable seat, I like to read from any book that I have that will bring us into an understanding. When I opened this book, High Vibes or Raise Your Vibration, Kyle Gray, old stories. When we choose to live a spiritual life, we choose to embody healing. Along the way, there will be many opportunities to experience healing. Every facet of our life will become an opportunity to embody love. This is important because our pathway to embodying healing, you're going to encounter old stories, aspects of your life that you thought were healed and done with. This can feel alarming and sometimes overwhelming. So his suggestion is often when old stories reappear, it's an opportunity to reflect and look at the growth that you've had from that point forward. So bringing hands together or resting the hands on your thighs, start to come into your body, come into your breath. I feel myself sitting on the earth. I feel my bones stacked. My voice will not go any faster than this as we're practicing, so just tuning into my voice. Gather your energy in if you haven't yet, and here, just honoring our practice. And releasing your hands to your thighs. I have a cat, Miss Kitty. She might be walking in and out of our video, so enjoy her. She's also a really great energy. Up into your spine, through the neck. Allow your right ear to tip over to the right shoulder. And then head back up and left ear, left shoulder. And head back up and draw the chin in. Sometimes my hands, finger pads, will give me a stronger tip in. Receive. And then lifting your face up to the sky, pressing through from your pubis bone, through the heart space, up towards the chin. Collarbone. Energy drops down and slightly back. Head back to neutral. Pause. Let's turn full face towards the right shoulder. Feel. And full face towards the left shoulder. Feel. And back to the center. Good. Inhale both arms up and over your head. Push down to stretch up. Climb your right hand just a little higher than your left hand, and then left hand a little higher than your right hand. Getting into the side body lengtheners. Good. Both hands back up to the sky, stretch. And hands can drop back behind you. Interlace your fingers, or modifiers. If you're on the chair, you can just have your hands on the side of the chair, pull elbows back. Or hands on back, pulling your elbows back. Notice how you hold or carry your head, alignment, and hands back around onto your thighs. Good. Come onto your hands and knees tabletop. Again, if you're staying in the chair, you'll sit in the chair and you'll start to rock your spine forward and back. All right? So we're landing on our hands. We're stepping the knees back. The spine, kind of tricky at first, comes down, relaxes down, melts just low of the arm, shoulder region. Pull your thighs back, chin forward. Opposite action, like a Halloween cat or a scared cat, you push down, push down, push down, pull forehead in. And then start to go with the flow, letting the body move with breath. I inhale forward, and I exhale. I inhale forward, and I exhale. Back to neutral. I'll turn to the side so you can see me, but I'll take my gaze towards the right hip, so I make a C curve in my spine lateral, and then gaze out towards the left, and then just go back and forth, creating length, right side, length, left side. Back to center. Here we sit back into our heels. Modifiers will stay up higher with the hips. Rest elbows, forearms down. Head stays up off ground. If you're fine, you'll sit back into your heels and maybe stack your hands. One more breath. Slow 2. Come back into tabletop. And first, down dog. Bent knee, wider feet always serves a new yogi. If you're experienced, your right heel drops down back and your left heel drops down back. Waking the body up. Bend your knees, walk forward, top of the mat. Body folds down. I've taught my beginners to go wider with the foot. Bend your knees, allow spine to hang. Push down into your feet, start to round up, roll up, stand up. The arms come up and over your head. Push down, stretch up. Hands back to your heart. Samastitihi. Good. Feel your feet on the ground. This whole practice comes from the ground up through the feet, up through the knees, up through the pelvis. Sun salute A 3 times. Now again, if you're in the chair, just do the arm work. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Step back, plank pose. Knees down. Body slowly down. Shoulders loop back, press down, cobra. Bhujangasana in Sanskrit. Beautiful wording there. Heart back to the earth, press back, down dog. On the quiet side with this one, less movement, less thinking, more about breath and feeling. One more breath. Good, bend the knees, walk forward, top of the mat. Body folds, back up to the sky. Like to say rise and shine here. Hands to the heart. We keep moving 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Half lift. Step back. Feel your strength It's a push-up, so you feel strong here. Knees down, body down. Shoulders loop back, roll back, press down. Heart back to earth, press back, down dog. Step feet in about 5 inches, bent knees fine. We'll inhale the heels way up high to the sky, and we'll lower the heels back and down. Inhale the heels up, stretch. Lower the heels down. One more time, heels up, heels down. Bend your knees, walk forward, top of the mat. Body folds, rhythm, back up to the sky, hands over the head, hands to heart. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Half lift. Step back. Lowering halfway down or all the way down. Cobra. Up face, thighs come off the ground. Bigger push down through the arms. Eyes can come up to the brow. Basic, we lower back down. Push back, down dog. Building strong arms, holding us up. 2 feet on the ground, 2 hands on the ground. Right heel lifts up and back. It's not a bent knee push back. It's a strong heel, comes up and away from the earth. Right foot down, left foot up and back. Confident from hands to heel. Foot down. Bend your knees. Walk forward. Fold. Back up to the sky. Hands over the head. Hands to heart. Good. Great warm up. Hands land on hips. If you're sitting on a chair now, find that you're comfortable to stand up on your mat. Chair might be next to you to hold on to if you need support. Step your left foot back. Hug your inner thighs in and stretch your hands up and over your head. Pushing down, or sitting down, better said, and stretching your arms up. Waking up top thigh, especially if you sit a lot during the day. Hands to the hips, little power play. You lean out over your right thigh. I like arms back. You're holding a beach ball. More flexible, interlace your fingers. Hands back to the hips, and the power of the right leg steps you back to the top. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Out through the mouth. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. And a light pause. We do a lot of pausing in the practice. Hands on hips. Right leg foot. Step back. Ball of the foot. I'm not pushing the heel back. Miss Kitty. She's a star. Arms go up. Sit your seat down. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Hands to the hips. Body leans out over the thigh. Notice how now the arms, shoulders slide back like you're holding a beach ball. 1 more breath. Hands back to the hips. Power play, left leg brings you back up to the top. Breath work, inhale, arms up. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. 1 more time, inhale, arms up. And exhale. Good. Coming into our warriors, building confidence in the body. Hands on hips. Left foot steps back. Angled to 10 o'clock. If you're standing on a clock dial, right knee 12 o'clock, heart 12 o'clock. Arms up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Confident arms, confident back leg. 2 more breath. I feel. 1 more breath. Hands to the hips for balance. Open your left thigh, knee, toes out to the left. Walk your right foot in. Now you're standing on a balance beam, straight line. Bend into right knee forward. As you lift your arms, your gaze goes to the right hand every time, building that confidence, concentration, meditation. Let's play with a little flow here, which is nice. We'll turn the right palm up, reach up towards the sky, pause, and then bring your forearm onto your thigh, left arm over your head, pause. I feel. Back up to the sky, strong legs. Land in your thigh, hand overhead. Awesome. 1 more time, inhale up, nothing fast. And then we'll stay. We'll bring the forearm to the thigh, extend the left hand beyond the head, lengthening whole left side. 2 more breath. 1 more breath. Back into warrior two, just for 1 breath, leg on fire, I feel it. Straighten the front leg, pause. And then we'll slide, glide out. I'm heading towards the plant. Land in your right shin, high, medium, or low, and climb up into your left hand. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Strong balance, requested, required in the feet. Gaze can be towards foot or up to the thumb. 1 more breath. Back into warrior. Standing triangle. Hands on hips. Right foot comes in. Feel your feet wider or a closer stance, what's needed for your body. And then arms go out to the side. Feel your expansion from the heart out to the fingers, from the heart down into the feet, and heart up into the head and beyond. Good. Hands come to the hips. Shoulders lift up. Shoulders roll back, heart high. It's a lifted energy out of the ball of the foot, heart high, throat high, face high. And then start to fold forward about halfway in. Some of you fingers can come to the ground. Some of you using that chair level. Very nice. Feet can walk in a little closer, resting yourself up on the thigh. We're here for 10 breaths. It's a really nice pose to stay in, allowing strong blood flow to shift into shoulders, arms, neck, head. I'll see some yogis experimenting at this point. Have at it if you'd like to. You can walk over towards the right, pull across, stretch. You can walk over to the left, pull across, stretch. Back around to the center, pause. And then power in the legs, right hand to hip, left hand to the hip, and you'll push down to stand back up. Good. Pause. Right foot turns back to the top of the mat. Push off left foot, step forward. Good. The sigh sound, really nice. Releasing of breath. Inhale, arms up. And sigh. Morning, noon, or night. So I don't know when you're practicing this sequence. Inhale, arms up. And sigh. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. And sigh. Good. You stay where you're at. I'll turn around the other side so I can stay facing you. Right foot steps back. Now you're at an angle of 2 o'clock with that back thigh knee. Ribs, heart forward. You can use hands to direct that energy. And then arms up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. 2 more breath. 1 more breath. Hands back to the hips. Back thigh foot opens out to the right. Adjust your heart back slightly so you're not leaning into the pose. Arms float up. Notice my gaze went directly to the left hand. Quiet eyes, relaxed mind. I say to my beginners, at first you have to watch because you haven't done this before. But over time, you start to be able to just be in your practice. Moving meditation. Turn your left palm up. Brush up, lift up towards sky. Stretch, and remember we're flowing, so land in your thigh. Right arm over the head. Inhale back up to the sky. Mechanics. Staying very stable in your center, landing in your thigh. Pause. 1 more time, back up to the sky. Stretch. And then we land and stay. You can bend the elbow if it feels better and press your energy forward. 2 more breaths. Uttita Parshva, extended side. Feel it every time. Body back into Warrior 2. Pause. Straighten the front leg. Glide out, slide out, reach out. Land in your shin, high, medium, or low, meaning right below the knee, shin, or down at the ankle, foot. Stretch up. Feeling the balance from the feet to the ankle, even up into the hips. Push down to stand back up. Push through. Hands to the hips. And now do a big push off back foot, coming back to the top. Breath work called Ujjayi. I'll turn towards you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale through the nose. Moving meditation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Hands land on your hips. 1 more in the standing series or sequence. We'll do the tree pose. Normally, the blinds are a little more open, but we've got strong sun today. So facing a tree or a plant. I'll turn towards my plants. Living energy, right knee out to the side. Right foot steps in. Modifiers stay here. Some of you stepping your foot up to your calf. That chair right next to you is very helpful. Pushing up through your arms. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Hands back down through the line of the spine towards heart, landing on the hips. Knee comes back around to the center using that inner thigh. And foot lands on the ground. Good. Second side. Left knee out to the side, external rotation. Foot steps in. Foot steps up. Hands gather. All of this is a unique stabilizing of the internal system. And then arms reach up, press up, stretch up, reach up, press up, stretch up. Balanced. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Hands back down, through and to the heart. Hands back to the hips. Knee back around to the front, flexed foot. And foot lands on the ground. Good. Perfect time to take a drink of water. And we'll sit back down on the ground, or you can sit back down at chair level. If your knees sit a lot higher than your hips, really great to grab a firm cushion. I wouldn't choose a pillow that's too soft, or a firm blanket, and slide that underneath your seat. You'll notice that as I do that, it brings my hips up a little higher than my knees, especially if you're sitting for 5 or 10 minutes. You'll see statues with their arms strongly out. I prefer to rest my hands just inside the inner thigh. A great example that I use is driving in a car. If you go too fast in a car, you start to lose control. And so as soon as I lift my foot off the gas pedal, the car will start to slow down. If I were at 85, it'd slow down to 60. If I keep my foot off the gas pedal, it'll slow to 40, it'll slow to 20. So in life, we start to push down too strongly or too hard in all of our doing. We're just going at such a fast speed. So yoga, we come into this seated place and play with thinking mind more than body in this moment, that we just slow down our thinker. The energy soft back, still breathing in and out comfortably. If your mind is still going a little too strong, walk through your body, just like you're visiting friends, and visit the sinuses and head out to your ears, down into your throat. Walk across the collarbone, down through the arm into the elbows. Walk down through the arm into the wrists and into the fingers. Come back up into the lung, down into the belly. Notice if you're holding or housing tension there. And then down through those large bones of the leg, the femur bone towards knee, down through the shin bones, into the ankle and the foot. So I just took a nice walk through the body to help me stay away from that more pressured thought. Let your eyes open back up. You can be finished here. Maybe you just again say a prayer and off you go into your day. I'll finish out with seated postures. And again, stay up on a chair, making the best that you can do with the movement. I'll do my best to kind of cue you in onto that. I'll slide my blanket off to the side, pushing the heels out forward. Dandasana is a pose that presets the spine, so I'm not rounding in. Notice how my spine sits up as I push down into the ground. Now my hamstrings are very flexible, so if you need to bend your knees here, do that. Both arms go up to the sky. Like you're holding a big beach ball already in place, lean forward, reach, reach, reach. I like to go there first, and then let your spine, hands come down toward your shin. We're here for a little bit, allowing the body to catch up with such a suggestion. Deep stretch from your heel to the calf, calf to the seat bone, up through the low back, up through the back of the heart, and up through the neck space and into the forehead space. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Strong push down through your heels, calves helps you sit back up. We take the hands back up and over the head. You could climb your hands, just like we did at the very beginning, right hand higher, left hand higher. You can interlace the thumb, and that'll give you a big lift out of the midsection, and hands back down. Step your right foot in, not too far, out by the calf. Drop your right hand back as a kickstand. Left arm goes up. Breathe. And then rotation of the heart out towards the right, elbow across thigh, and then use this backhand as a stabilizer helper to twist you and the shoulder a little deeper back. My left foot is flexed. Feel a spiral of energy going up through the spine and even beyond the top of the head. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Back around to the center, push down, stretch up, smile. And hand back down towards thigh. Right knee off to the side. Right foot grabbed by you up towards the highest inner thigh. Left hand on the heart will help pull you over to the left thigh, foot. Both arms go up. Lean, reach forward. Settling down and in again. You can use your yoga mat to stabilize, or a strap around the foot, belt, or hands and forehead. 2 more breaths. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. And then we head into a pretty big pose. I'll call it intermediate. We'll sit back up. A lot of my beginners are very familiar with this one. I'll move my blanket down. We'll lean out into right hand. We'll push off right shin. Notice my hips come up off the ground. I'll push off left foot, and I'll reach long through the left arm. And have a seat back down. Good. Bounce your legs out. Second side. Left foot steps in, not too far. Left hand drops back. Right arm up. The lifted carries me across as I drop to the outside. Press, twist. Rinsing your spine like a washcloth. Again, letting the old slip and slide away. And with a revisit, that you can see where you had such growth from that time space. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Back around to the front, push down, stretch up. Each place is so important. Hand back down. Left knee off to the side. Foot comes up high to the inner thigh. Make it stick. Right hand to the heart pulls you over. Nice twist opposite direction. Both hands go up. Lean forward, reach out. Landing in, yoga mat, strap, or hands around inner, outer foot. Letting the body catch up with this idea. Sit back up, stretch back up. It's a root down to rise. I say that so much through the practice. And then we turn ourselves back into landing left hand off into left shin using right foot to service the pose. And then have a seat back down. Good. Core power, tippy toe it, knees together. I'm pulling myself into myself, and then arms go forward. So it's an energy of coming into self. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet land. Watch my spine. Intelligent spine, shoulders back. Good posture. Lean back, round 2. Arms forward. If you like more, you're coming into more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land in the feet. Pull your forearms into your shin. Sit up tall. Last time. I have some yogis that like the feet all the way up towards the sky. All good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Feet down. Inhale up last time. And then you use hands to bring your seat forward. The rest of the practice is laying on the earth, called supine. Resting down into the mat, knees together, feet a little wider, hands on body. One more breath. Feet walk back to neutral. Right knee comes into the chest. Pull yourself up into the knee. If you're adding on, the left heel pushes forward. Foot steps back in, right leg up to the sky, massaging. Here we appreciate the legs. Coming up into the right foot, point flex, loop arounds. Right ankle foot lands across your left thigh bone. Right hand pushes the thigh away from the belly. Going a little bigger, lace, backside of your left hamstring, pull in. I'm a flexed foot yogi. I like the energy of the feet pulling inward instead of just the hanging foot or the pointed foot. Foot back down, head, shoulders back. Left knee in. Pull yourself up into. Get that first. And then if you like, push your right heel forward. Right foot steps back in, shoulders back, head back. Get into the ankle, calf, knee, top, back, thigh. Appreciation. And then head up into the foot, point, flex. Loop around. Ankle foot across your left thigh. That would be your right thigh. Push the left knee away from the belly. Good, and if you went bigger, and I always give both choices, you can lace behind your right hamstring and pull the energy towards the right shoulder. 2 more breaths. Bliss Ananda is anytime rocking and rolling in the spine. Happy, blissful, and then foot down and foot down. Good. Let's finish out with a few more poses. Feet walk in towards seat. I've got wide as my skin of the outer hip. Strong foundation first. As soon as I start to push down into my feet, there's an action of the hips lifting up. The more I push down into my feet, the more of the action of the hips up. You can use your arms, push down or interlace underneath. Walk arm bones in, push down into feet. Sattu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Great inversion, heart higher than the head. 1 more breath. Arms back out, heart back down, kidneys and pelvis. If you're not a big fan, you can just stay resting. We'll go through 1 more. Push down, play of the push down. I like arm bones underneath. The heart flows higher. Push down, push down. Quiet in the eyes. And then it's a melting, a releasing of action back down towards pelvis lands. Good. My feet are close to my seat. I'll walk them forward or toe heel. Good. Both knees fall out to the side. I do prefer a little space between my thighs. So I've got one knee dropping out and then the left knee dropping. So they're not stacking for me, but you could stack. If you like a cushion or a pillow underneath a thigh, do that. Knees come back to center. Allow both knees out towards left. If you like the stretching of the upper body, it heads to the right. Coming to the end of the practice, always so nice to come into more of a restorative recovery. And I'll bring the knees back up. Any last pose, if you like the feet together, knees wide. If you like to bring the knees back into the chest, you can do that. If you like the hips to come up. And over the head. Happy baby, where the knees go out to the side. More is to pull the feet down. So I'll see in class so many different poses and postures going on. And some prefer just to go right into that final destination, Shavasana. And 3 more breaths if you're moving. And then final destination for everyone is Shavasana. This can last for 10 breaths. It can last for 10 minutes. It can set you up for a good nap. When I was teaching on Zoom, some would just fall asleep here and wake up minutes later. Let your body take what it needs. Eyes like liquid, skin relaxed, bones held by the earth. Ease in the heart, ease in the belly. For those of you that want to stay right here. I'll walk those that need to go on their way back up to sitting. So stepping your feet back up onto the mat. You can stretch your hands over your head. Slowly bring your knees over to the right side. I'm rolling in towards the camera, fine. 3 breaths. And then using your strength to push you back into seated. Nice theming today, using your past as a tool. Look back and see the growth that you've had. Look back and see where you haven't made a lot of growth yet. It's all good. Bring your hands to center. Notice my face turns down towards the heart in honor of. Set your intention for the rest of the evening, rest of the day, the rest of the morning, depending on when you're practicing. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.